Before I get started, I want to give a special thank you to all of you people that have been sending me cash apps. I haven't said anything because I don't know if you want me to tell everyone that you're supporting me. So when you do send me a cash app, let me know in the message if it's okay for me to mention your name.
And here we go.
Laymans Journal Chapter 207. So the Marvels, to the surprise of no one, failed at the box office. But the shills in the media never miss an opportunity to kiss Marvel's ass. They blame superhero fatigue. They argue that the movie was great, but people are tired of the superhero genre. And over the past few years, that's been a reoccurring theme in American entertainment journalism. They can't accept the fact that the MCU is trash, so they create explanations for why it fails. And a lot of it has to do with the success of Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which marked the apex of the franchise. But since its conclusion, the MCU hasn't come close to that level of success. Now, they first tried to blame it on the cough and the shutdowns that followed afterwards. But years later, the MCU is still struggling, even with Disney+, which has also failed to live up to expectations. With the exception of Loki, the MCU hasn't performed well on that platform either. So even when people have the option of watching MCU projects from the comfort of their own homes, they choose to avoid them. So when that excuse didn't work, they turned on the consumer base. They tried to blame the, quote, toxic fanboys of Marvel. They said the MCU fan base is comprised of misogynistic, homophobic males who reject women's empowerment and the advancement of non-traditional heroes. But when they realized that bashing the base of the people responsible for their success was a dumb idea because women and members of the alternative lifestyle community don't like MCU movies either, they changed up their rhetoric. They resorted to blaming superhero fatigue. And I think that's BS. And I can't wait to tell you why. So, let's get it. First of all, I hate that phrase, superhero fatigue, because it's a cop-out. It's used as an act of God, like an earthquake causing a building to collapse or a lightning bolt causing a plane to crash. They use it as a force of nature, something that can't be accounted for, something beyond their control. It suggests that nothing has changed with the MCU, that the quality of the franchise has remained the same. It's just that people's tastes have changed. And the fact of the matter is, the movies have changed, and they're flat out terrible. They're not as good as they used to be, because there hasn't been the fate of superhero projects outside of the MCU. Amazon is seeing great success with the genre. The Boys, Invincible, Gen V are all doing well with audiences. Same with anime. Season 6 of My Hero Academia was the most popular season ever. And then you have movies like The Batman, which was a huge success for Warner Brothers, beating all market expectations. Now Spider-Man No Way Home and Across the Spider-Verse were a success, but those are Sony properties. And yes, you do have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is an MCU property, and it was a great film, but that was because of James Gunn, and he's left the MCU. So aside from Loki, there's nothing the MCU can hang their hat on in the past 4 years, and they've admitted as much. Disney CEO Bob Iger hasn't hidden the fact that the MCU has underperformed. Now his reasoning for why is wrong. He says the MCU has gotten diluted, that they've done too many projects in a short amount of time, and he believes having executives on set during filming will resolve all their problems. But that won't fix anything either, because the problem is in the writer's room. The scripts are the issue. By the time a movie is in production, it's too late. The only thing an executive can do at that stage is order rewrites or reshoots, which is what they've been doing. And spreading the projects out over time isn't going to help either. The Marvels, Eternals, Quantumania, Doctor Strange 2, all of those films failed at the box office because they were bad movies. Putting more space in between them would not have made them any better. Imagine someone telling you, the reason you don't like rat piss is because you had it twice in the same day. But if you had spread it apart and had it once a week, it would taste better. That's what he's saying about the MCU, that we would like the movies more if they were further apart. But bad is bad, and time can't fix that. So the problem with Iger is, he sees it as a marketing or managing issue. He thinks the product is good, it just needs more oversight. He thinks he can salvage it. Now, if I were Bob Iger, if I were the CEO of Disney or the head of the MCU, my solution would be to shut the whole thing down and start all over again. Get back to the roots of what made Marvel great. I'd cancel every project that wasn't currently in production and dump the rest on Disney+. I wouldn't even try to complete the franchise or tie up any storylines. I'd just stop mid-phase. Then I'd take a couple of years off to clear everyone's palate, and I reboot the entire franchise with new talent. But I wouldn't do it cinematically. You see, anime is the fastest growing form of entertainment in this country, and that's where I'd compete for viewers. And that's the one advantage Marvel has, its vast library of stories and roster of characters. So I'd create a series of animated shows, 10 to 13 episodes in length, that would honor the source material, and I'd target them for a mature audience. Because all of the kids that went to that first Iron Man movie that came out in 2008 are adults now, and the MCU needs to grow up with them. So I wouldn't do any more of that kiddie woke shit that is focus group tested and neutered for general audiences. And I'd pander to my base, the people that made Marvel a billion-dollar franchise in the first place. And I'd do 2 to 3 shows a year, and every 3 years I'd come out with a feature-length film that would tie them all together. It's sort of like what I see Netflix doing. They've gone out and they've added a lot of anime to their platform, and they've started to adapt them into live-action movies and shows. Disney should be doing the same with Marvel. Or I would do what DC is experimenting with. They've begun the process of licensing out their characters to Japanese animation studios. And if you want to hear more on that, check out this video. But my point is, I'd do something radically different because the way Disney and Marvel is doing things now isn't working. So I'm going to close things right here, but before I go, I'd like to mention that I have a feature-length video coming up. It's a breakdown of the movie Love Jones, and it'll be streaming on December 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I've uploaded a preview, and if you're interested, you can check it out here. But it'll be a live premiere, and I'll be hanging out in the chat room while it's streaming. So I hope to see you there. And that's it. That's all I have to say about it. What do you have to say about it? Leave a comment in the comment section, and let's have a conversation. Okay, so you've heard me say this a million times. So if you like this video, please give it a like and leave a comment in the comments section and share the link on your social media platforms. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you'll get alerts every time I upload new content. This is the Layman's Journal. Thanks for stopping by. I'm out.
Hell! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
And while I do appreciate you sharing, subbing, and leaving comments, I'm going to ask that you take another step further in keeping the channel going. I set up a membership plan for those of you who would like to offer further support in the development of this channel. It's not anything expensive or special, I'm just asking for 99 cents a month, which is enough for me to continue doing the work that I do here.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
In the future, there will be additional tiers with added benefits, but for right now, I just need your support so that I can cover basic costs. So please, sign up so I can continue bringing you awesome content. This is the Layman's Journal. I'm out.